I'm going to show you how to read a net zero FPL bill today. They don't make things easy to understand, but I'm going to break it down for you. Hi, I'm Jason, co-founder, principal solar designer, and licensed solar contractor with Florida Solar Design Group. When we talk about a net zero bill, what we mean is your solar panels produced at least as much energy as you consumed in your home. That doesn't mean your bill will be $0. It just means that your solar panels offset all of your usage in that billing period. Let's take a look at my latest utility bill. Here's the email I just received from FPL, and you see that my bill is $26.85. Yours might be slightly different due to taxes. The best thing to do is download your PDF bill from the FPL website if you don't receive a paper bill. Now, if you look at page 1, you'll see the amount owed. That's pretty simple. But everything else gets more complicated from here. The energy usage history is not actually your energy usage. This graph actually represents your billable usage. It does not show the total amount of energy that you used, and it doesn't show your net usage because it ignores any excess energy that you produced. It only shows the net amount of kilowatt hours you were billed for in each period. They've hidden the most important figures down in the Keep in Mind section. Here, FPL tells me that I sent them 1,293 kilowatt hours. This was excess energy that my solar panels generated during the day that I did not need in my home. It's not the total amount of solar energy my system produced, because some of that energy I produced was used concurrently with production. FPL never sees that energy flowing through the meter because it is consumed behind it. Next up is the 966 kilowatt hours that was used to reduce my bill. Out of the 1,293 kilowatt hours, I needed 966 to offset what I used at night when I was not sending excess energy to the grid. The difference is 327 kilowatt hours. FPL is going to add this to my credits available for future periods. Last month I had 400 kilowatt hours in reserve, so my new total is 727. This is credit that I have in the bank essentially in case I use more than I produce in a future billing period. On page 2, things get really confusing. If you look at the meter summary, this shows my current and previous meter readings. These are cumulative amounts of energy that FPL has sent to my home since the meter was installed. And here comes the fuzzy math. 74,661 minus 73,695 obviously doesn't equal 0. It equals 966. What's that all about? Well, remember back on page 1 where it said that they applied 966 of the 1,293 kilowatt hours I sent them to reduce my bill? That's how that math works out. They only show the meter readings for the amount of energy they sent to me, and then they use any credits I had to offset that usage. Clear as mud, right? At least Lee County Electric Co-op shows the meter readings for energy delivered, received, and the net. FPL obscures things and makes it hard for the average person to understand. Still, if you know how to read it, it all adds up. So let's turn this into dollars and cents. The monthly base charge is currently $9.55, but FPL has a minimum amount of $25. So they're going to charge me for $15.45 regardless of whether I had excess solar production or not. Essentially, they're making me pay for $15.45 of electricity whether I needed it or not. At today's current rates and fuel surcharge, that equates to 126 kilowatt hours of electricity that they're forcing me to buy. The concept there is they argue that everyone needs to contribute to their profits. I mean, their fair share of maintaining the grid. Anyway, however you look at it, just think of it as a minimum bill amount of $25. And then you have taxes. And that's how we get to $26.85. Even though I banked 327 kilowatt hours this month and have a total of 727 saved up, there's still a minimum bill. The 727 kilowatt hours will be held in reserve for me and used in months where I exceed 126 kilowatt hours of net usage. This phenomenon incentivizes people to install just enough solar to offset their usage. In fact, in a perfect world, for the best return on investment, your solar panels would produce exactly what you need each month, minus 126 kilowatt hours. Now, that's impossible to do because solar production varies throughout the year and your usage will also vary. Ultimately, getting close to net zero usage is the best you're going to be able to do. The key is you'll be lopping off a big chunk of your bill and getting as close as reasonable to a net zero dollar amount when you have a net zero usage throughout the year. Alright, I know there was some math there and FPL does not make it easy, but I hope this video helped you understand what a net zero bill looks like. Help me out by hitting the like button below and consider subscribing to our channel for more helpful tips and news about solar energy.